What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to the Apothecary Diaries, this time with Season 2, Episode 13. Looking forward to this one. Last episode was one of my favourite out of the whole series so far. I do think the first part of the season hasn't been as good as what we did see for a consistent period of the first season, but yeah, again, absolutely loved the last few episodes. Last episode, again, especially lots of really awesome kind of fan servicey moments in there. Interesting. Well, there wasn't too much of a mystery, but kind of solving things and sorting out the Jinchi assassination attempt was great to look at as well. The preview for this second part looks absolutely fantastic. Got a new opening and ending, which I'm looking forward to hearing today. So we'll get straight into it. Do let me know what you guys think about this episode though down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And here we go. I love some of the songs this band does, although I'm not sure how well it fits this series. We will see though. I feel like the singer from the last opening and the first opening fits the series down to a T. Some really interesting visuals at the start there, which I'm going to rewind back to after. The fox masks. They seem to be playing quite a big part in this opening, don't they? These hidden identities. Oh, that's a nice visual. Okay, I like that. You know what, that was better than I thought it would be. Like I said, I feel like the part we listened to in the preview didn't sound like it fit the series the best, but I think this, yeah, it actually fit really well. The visuals here are really nice. I'm not going to spend a massive amount of time on this, but there are a few scenes I want to stop on quickly. I think again the theme of hidden identities is very big within this. In the visuals here, isn't it? And these fox masks, these festival kind of fox masks that they're wearing. Who is this? I'm really interested in some old woman with some Freddy Krueger fingers. Some old guy there. Perhaps this is that not Laulan right there? Laulan wearing a mask. Again, I'm not quite sure who that old person is, unfortunately. And I don't think we've seen this character. I could be wrong about that. Interesting. Who's this? Is also another question I have. I'm not sure. Have we seen this character? I feel they feel slightly recognisable, but I'm not 100% familiar. Again, some really nice visuals in here. I'm not sure what the meaning of there's a lot of flowers in the opening. I don't know all the meanings to all these flowers, but I wonder what the meaning is to this flower specifically, because again, this one is the most standout to me, because we see this at the end of the first opening, as well as quite a big part of this one. We also see when after she like points at it and the mask kind of pops on her face, which is quite interesting. There is that finger again, a kind of slightly different finger thing. I think is it? I don't know. I think that is the same, but it's only on the one finger here. So I wonder what that's about. It just kind of reminds me of Soifon from from Bleach. More masks. Love these visuals, of course. This was another thing I wanted to point out here. Is that? I mean, there's no way that can't be his son, right? So does that mean Mau Mau's got a brother, an older / younger brother? I mean, they look stupidly alike, don't they? It looks quite cheesy, if you know what I'm saying. It looks like quite a cheesy guy. He looks like he'd be quite nice, though. Yeah, who knows? A nice little ice cream transferring off. So yeah, again, I'm not gonna well, I probably did spend a little while on that, a couple minutes, but not going to look majorly in depth there. Just a few interesting things I wanted to look through there. Apologies about that. I think that is the one thing though, like, it doesn't matter if you like the songs or not, the visuals for the series openings and endings have all been incredible. And I do like this song. It probably is, again, I feel like the woman who usually sings the openings just like fits this series so well. It's hard to have anyone but her do them, to be honest with you. But still a really good opening. So I think, is this the character we just saw that I pointed out? I'm not sure if we know yet. I think yes, it is. Dodgy leg. Did you guys see the what's that fucking day called again? April Fool's Day. I see the April Fool's Day stuff for the series. I thought that was really cool. It's a shame though, because honestly, I'd watch that. Good. I'm not sure about that. I feel like she's a bit. She seems a bit too innocent for that. Yeah. Okay, I guess that's always a last resort. So again, apologies. I always mix this girl up for the bug girl. Oh yeah, I remember the preview now. It looks like we had a bit of a fan servicey type episode. Or what would usually be an excuse for something like that. I doubt it will be in this series. I mean, there's bound even if there is, there's bound to be something like interesting about it. If you know what I'm saying. Yep. When I studied history, I'm not sure what period it was. It might have been like the 1800s, early 1900s. They usually bathed or bathed once a year. Pretty crazy. Suppose you probably build up quite a good immune system like that, though. And she's been awfully grabby these last couple of episodes. Like that's just the nature of her, though, isn't it? Want to get her hands and experiment on things, and it's that scientific kind of nature and wonder. This is cute. Do you know what the worst one you ever had was with this? I remember as a kid, it was always the one that said no tears. There was a specific one for kids that said no tears. And I specifically remember that being the most fucking painful one to get into your eyes. I don't know about you guys. Just got used to it. Well, you don't know unless you try. Maybe it's just one of those things you don't want to get used to something so nice. So continue the way you normally do things. It was spa day though. Lovely day for them, isn't it? What? What's going on here? You're pretending to be masseuse? What are they? What are multiple masseuses called? Is it? Are they just the masseuse? Masseuses? I don't know. Yep. I've seen videos like that. Never had it done to me. Yeah, it seems like a pretty good way to socialize and get in with people, doesn't it? Literally, the job is pleasing them, so it's like whenever they think of you, they'll think of that pleasing sensation and subconsciously maybe favour you for things. I'm looking at that awfully logically, aren't I? So we've seen a similar comb to that. Hmm. Every other day, like I said, I'm pretty sure, and I think it was England. It was common for it to be once a year. I know you love that. Oh, she'd love to hear the events of the last couple episodes, wouldn't she? She'd love to hear that. Or gossip. Inevitably. Big deal, really, is it? Okay. Again, Lolan, a character we still haven't seen very much of. But was introduced pretty early into season 1. What I said earlier about like the sorry to pause, I don't really want to miss anything. It's not the most interesting point, but about the kind of pleasure stuff. Like you remember someone having like a positive interaction, like being a masseuse. You obviously have a positive thing of like, oh, when I go back there, it'll be a nice time. When I think of that person, it's a nice thing. With stuff like this, like, and that's why you get like the totally opposite for like the dentist and the doctors and so on. People hate going to the doctors and dentists and such because of that reason of their subconscious going to that place of like pain, which is interesting considering I was thinking about tattoos and tattoo artists. That is actually the one of the major kind of exceptions to that, isn't it? I think it's because people do find pleasure in that kind of pain, I think, as well. Mm. Busy guy. I'm glad 4 of them aren't. Fucking very glad 4 of them aren't. I'm glad he's not the same type of guy as the previous emperor. It's still weird that Lishu, I think her name is even a consort in the fucking first place, but yeah. About you. Ah, I'm assuming that was the guy with the bad leg we saw. 30. Oh. So that is the bug girl. So apologies, guys. I'm so I'm so bad. Like, is it me being bad? I feel like it's a mixture, honestly. Like it's confusing because they look so alike. I feel like this girl has got slightly more curlyish hair, so that is her going about. I did think it was, but then I was like, no, it makes more sense that it would be the girl that looks like her from Mao Mao's kind of clique of Gyoko's servants or whatever you want to call them. It doesn't make that much of a difference. It's just annoying to realize. Oh, I thought that was a different character, and that is like a me thing. Like I said, there are slight tells and differences, but it is quite hard to notice. So yeah, it's been her the whole time, and that probably won't seem like too much of a big thing to you guys, but it's a bigger thing to me. And I can't really, yeah, I won't say anymore. That expression change was instant. Rubbing it off. That is Lee Shu. It's like this, like, yeah. There's a lot of similar designs, isn't there? We did get introduced to these girls, but I struggle with both the girls the same coloured hair, let alone the girls that look exactly the same, except for they've got slightly different coloured headpiece things on. She was taken. Ever suspicious. What did she? There's two ways to. That's the subtlety, I think, in the kind of translation thing. Like when she says ever suspicious, the first thing that comes to my mind is that this woman thinks that Gyoko is suspicious, but that could also mean that Gyoko is a ever suspicious person. She's suspicious of other things, and I think you've got to be being a consort. So, yeah, I think I took that in the wrong way. Again, I feel like that probably has more of a kind of cemented, probably more cemented on one side or the other of each translation there. If you could read Japanese, probably. But yeah, it's been a long time since obviously the first episode, but pretty sure she just got like abducted, right? Taken here. Indeed. A lot of bathhouse action today. Oh dear. As they should. I mean, it's seemingly got out now, so they didn't do a great job at it. See, I just want to point something out. I didn't mention this at all during this episode for the start, but there was actually quite a bit of controversy over last episode and some of the events and people taking it the wrong way, or what I think is the wrong way, in terms of the Jinchi scenes with Mao Mao. I don't think there's anything problematic of that at all. Especially, like, I don't want to list everything here. Yeah, it's like the time period, like how people just interact. This is almost like people have forgot how people actually interact in real life nowadays. But I could see why you'd maybe think that in regards to the status of Jinshi and him abusing his higher status. But that's not what that episode was at all last week, was it? In my opinion, again, I could maybe see how you could think otherwise, but I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense. And just in relation to that, like, if you do think that way, would you not consider this scene to be problematic then? He obviously doesn't want to get massaged and felt up. And I doubt the same people that made a whole huge fuss about Jinchi last episode will make a huge fuss about this one. I very much doubt they will. So yeah, just one of those things. I just wanted to point it out. Again, I wasn't going to bring that all up because again there was a lot of controversy about that, but I didn't bring it up because it seems like a mass majority of people also agree with the sentiment that last week's episode, and Jinchi as a character is not problematic in any way. I think it's almost disrespectful to say that he is, considering the story we got with the previous emperor. True. They're quite clean here in China. Interesting. Again, I never would have known that. What comparison's that? You look like a chicken wing. I mean, I guess when you do cook a chicken, yeah, but I've seen her going about a lot recently. She's been always like looking around as well. Oh dear. Oh, pretty sure they all hate her. Good. Oh yeah, we should try out the strings. I've never really majorly understood women shaving. I mean, women are free to do whatever the hell they want, but um, never truly understood like the shaving of arms. To be honest. A little piece of string they shoot. That looks like a corpse. Right, ready to die. Actually looks like she's enjoying it a bit. Very much so. Look at her, she's stunned. Clearly not. Indeed. Well, unfortunate, yes. She honestly seemingly got quite fortunate with the timing of the old emperor's death. Honestly. Oh, she's so cute, isn't she? Like I said, it was almost disappointing that the April Fools wasn't a thing because we would have seen more of Xiaolan. We've actually been seeing a lot of this season. We didn't see too much around the second part of the first season, It was a little bit of a disappointment for me. It's adorable. Oh shit. Oh, we're having a nice episode till now. Oh. A ghost. She's gone late to the party, honestly. We had the fucking scary story episode a few episodes back. You know what? There's been a lot of ghosts in this. I mean, there's not been a single. Well, I say that. There might have been a ghost. I was about to say we've had a lot of ghosts brought up. We've never actually seen a ghost in the series, but we kind of did during the end of that Ghost Stories episode, didn't we? So at this point, who's to tell if there's real ghosts in this? But yeah, good episode today. Like I said, it wasn't just like mindless fan service. They actually like made a good story out of it and a good bonding for the girls. Like I said, apologies, I didn't realise that was the bug girl. I'm gonna try my best to get it through my head which one's which, but yeah. I do think the other girl I'm thinking of is a little bit more maroonish red coloured. I like this song a lot. I've pretty much liked every song I've heard from this band or artist. Visuals are alright. Not anything spectacular visually, but really nice song. Oh shit, the ghost. The dancing ghost. Okay, so yeah, good episode. Like I said, it was actually like a bit of bonding in there, a little bit of story and a little bit more understanding of the world building. Like I said, I feel like they've done a really good job at not just like giving us some great fan service moments, like nothing too vulgar, which I appreciate as well. And yeah, having some really cute and nice moments, but also again like expanding our viewing of how the system works and how often like the Chinese people bathe and such. Like it's just like a small thing that I've never thought about before. Them getting like little bits of gossip and actually being like a kind of a benefit for them to actually like it's so beneficial for the fan service that makes any sense. Like it's just well integrated into the story. I feel like it's really well done. Yeah, Jinchi returns next episode. Should be an interesting one. We've got Lady Lishu here as well, so I imagine this is the room that is haunted. I think there's quite a lot. I always, again, big horror fan, so I always used to watch a lot of like haunted house shows and stuff that would be on TV. I'm not sure they're too much of a thing nowadays. I haven't watched TV in years. I used to always watch like haunted house kind of TV shows and such, and always used to realise they weren't real. But that concept like is quite common in the UK of there being like some old, very old like haunted house, in almost like every town you'll find one. But there's some very famous ones as well. Not that I can name any off the top of my head. So this should be interesting. I mean, we kind of get a really good look at. Honestly, we could probably decipher it just from the preview. To be honest with you, that woman looks suspect as hell just from her facial design. And this is like probably could give a lot away. I'm not going to look too deep into it right now, but there does seem to be some actual kind of. I mean, this just looks like a curtain or a robe or something. But this is actually like a reflection of light or something of someone's head, or maybe something that slightly resembles the shape of someone's head. Could be a lot of things. I mean, we see the mirror, so I think that's going to be an integral part to this mystery. I think maybe it's like the moonlight shining on the mirror that creates that shape. I've mentioned this story before. I always used to be terrified of going in when I was a kid. I always used to be terrified of going into my closet because I never wore it, but my parents bought me and I never even watched Star Wars, but they bought me a Darth Maul bag with his face on the front. And I would never go in my closet just because that fucking bag would be in there. And I was absolutely terrified of it as a kid. And what happens to this woman? Again, her face she's got that just like suspect looking face, hasn't she? And she's holding the mirror. So, like I said, honestly, it kind of gives quite a lot away in the preview. But still looking forward to it. But yeah, do let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comments. Like I said, really awesome one today. Apologies for the mix up. That's hopefully it'll be the last of it, but it's definitely not the first time I've mixed up. I can't even remember the woman's name, but Shu Sui, as I keep mixing her up with the girl from Mao Mao's kind of clique of maids or whatever. But yeah, apologies about that. I've done that last week as well. But yeah, do let me know what you guys thought about this one in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And I'll see you guys next week with episode 14.